Good evening. I'm Ian Langford and I'm not a politician, I'm not a councillor, I'm actually just a local resident who lives very locally in the area and part of the top Tesco group. I'm part of the back bit of the top Tesco group, not the sexy bit, the media. I've actually had the job of going through the Tesco plans. Anyone who's been to the council office will know there's a stack of documents about this big. Now I spent a number of days up there working my way through those plans and looking at them. One of the things I wanted to share tonight really is just one little aspect of those plans. There's a huge amount of detail in them. Just on pollution. I know some of our speakers have mentioned pollution. What I thought I'd do is just take the opportunity to actually dip into a bit of the detail and just sort of throw a few numbers and some things that have actually gone on with the plans. So as part of their application, Tesco have submitted an environmental assessment. And also, some of you may know this, but the council also regularly take environmental assessments looking at pollution levels in the area. And they've been doing this over a number of years, and in particular you may well be aware that the Peahen Junction, so the top of London Road, is actually designated an air quality management area. That means that basically by 2010, when new EU laws come in, the council still think, on their estimations, that actually pollution levels, in particular nitrogen dioxide levels, are going to exceed what the EU has declared as safe limits. So that's the Peahen Junction. Now the council, in December 2007, actually did some more reporting. They'd always done lots of stuff looking at kind of using their computer models to kind of model things, and actually went out and started measuring pollution. So they came up with a nice report in December 2007 that actually said, hang about, it's not just the Peahen Junction that's a bit of a worry, actually Watson's Walk. And for those of you who know Watson's Walk, cars queue there day in, day out. And where's a lot of traffic going to come from Tesco's, up from certainly that end of town, we'll be accessing it via Watson's Walk. So what I looked at was really that, looked at the council report, and they found that all their computer modelling was actually a bit wrong. When they actually measured pollution levels, they were much higher than what actually their clever computer models had looked at. And they looked at why, and really the reason was because the computer models don't properly take into account stationary and queuing traffic. Okay? And what happens on Watson's Walk? Lots of stationary and queuing traffic. So, what Tesco have done is taken exactly the same approach. Plugged lots of numbers into their computers and come up with a model that says, Watson's Walk. You know, don't worry about stationary traffic, our computer model can't quite cope with that. So, pollution must be alright there. And basically came to the same conclusion as the original council models. What I'm going to show you now is some figures. Now, there's lots of figures out there, but there's some ones there. These are really the three areas that the council have measured. So the first set of column shows basically what the nitrogen dioxide level, it shouldn't exceed 40 micrograms per metre cubed. If you want to get really technical. So as you can see, all those areas where the council measured it were actually not good. The Holly Hill one is the Peahen Junction. What you'll see then is when Tesco's computer model comes along, and have a look. The council said Watson's Walk in 2006, nitrogen dioxide exceeds the level. Tesco said in 2006, no, it's not a problem, because we haven't measured it, we've done a computer model. What the next column in 2009 then says is what the council are predicting going forward, without a Tesco. So the council model didn't think about Tesco's, it said, okay. And it said, okay, just about okay, 38, still a bit of a worry, we need to do some more work. The recommendation is the council did some more studies and actually looks at it properly. As you'll see, when Tesco comes along, they say, Watson's Walk with a Tesco, 32, nothing to worry about whatsoever, don't worry about pollution, it's just you're scaremongering. Obviously, if you take those differences, you'll see that basically, even without a Tesco, it's very close to the limit, and with a Tesco, certainly from the numbers that we've looked at for traffic pollution, it certainly looks like that in itself, that Watson's Walk could then need to be an air quality management zone. Planning process, actually, air quality is what's called a material planning consideration, so it does matter, it can be used to stop an application. So certainly one of the things that we'll be urging the council to do is to pick apart the Tesco traffic modelling and in particular make them use some proper data to really model what the impact on Watson's Walk. Those who live on Watson's Walk obviously a real concern, but also those who use it. Not far down St. Peter's School down there, lots of mothers walk with their children along that. It's a very well regularly used road. So again, that's a little microcosm of just one little aspect of their application. And I say I've had the joyful job of going through their application and a reading, and there's many more, but this is one I wanted to pick up. The other thing I thought I'd just quickly share with you tonight was just that they also making their pollution is actually what happens when this store is being constructed. Actually, we've talked a lot about actually pollution and traffic once the thing's built. Actually, we've got to get from Eversheds now to the big shiny superstore. Probably can't read all this time, I'll tell you that anyway, but basically what they say is it's going to take 6 months to basically just demolish all the buildings on the site, clear the whole lot out. And obviously all that stuff has got to be shipped out, moved around, lots of lorry movements, etc. There's another 6 months then to actually build the lower deck of the car park, and the store. And for that 12 months, there will be dust. And in their report they say on average, anyone living within 200 metres of that site is going to be impacted by dust. But it's okay, not a health hazard, just a bit of a nuisance. So don't let that worry about it. Apparently it's big particles of dust, not small ones, the small ones that get into your lungs and worry. So, obviously, in addition, obviously, you'll see the plans. They're planning to redesign London Road so you can get into the store. And again, there's going to be a lot of traffic chaos, construction issues. We know what happened to the city centre when they rebuilt St. Peter Street and closed that down and what damage that did. The final thing I just wanted to quickly mention was just another bit of the thing, which is just noise that's in their planning application. Again, reading through their acoustics report, the store, basically they admit that if you live on Inkerman Road, you're going to be able to hear noise from the car. It's enough of a noise to be a nuisance to you. It's enough of a noise actually that it could stop the planning application. But what are they going to do? They're going to say, okay, it's okay. We'll either, they're given 2 options, we can restrict the opening times between 7 in the morning and 11 at night. On an early night, you know, put up with it. But that's okay, that's reasonable. Or we could just say, actually, we'll open all the 24 hours and just not open the top bit of the car park, and we'll try and keep the noise down in the bottom bit of the car park. This is the Tesco's proposals for those. So if you live on Inkerman Road and certainly back in Oxford, I know some of those houses are only about 10 metres away from the car park. So obviously a bit of a concession. Delivery lorries, another thing that Tesco admit in their report, actually make a lot of noise. And certainly will be a loud enough noise on London Road to affect the residences and people who live around there. But it's okay, because London Road's a busy road, and you won't be able to tell the noise from the Tesco lorries from the other lorries. So that's not our fault, that's okay. But just to kind of, because London Road's obviously busy, what we'll do is we'll suggest that we restrict deliveries from no deliveries between midnight and 6 AM. So again, because apparently London Road is noisy all that time, and it's just those 6 hours. So if you want to live down there, if you want to sleep, make sure it's those 6 hours. Don't have a late night because you'll be